What is up, bro? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself. Today is a very special day. I've been waiting for it for a very long time. This is the return of Lost Odyssey. We have two songs for you. We have Epsylon Range and Dark Saint from the channel Synapsidae. These are requested by quite a bit of people. We have the Good Two, Stormfall 7, Charles, Patrick, and a big shout out to Justin. Thank you very much. Let me just briefly mention this real quick. I'm aware of this Nobuo Uematsu, and it's stuck on the Xbox 360, I think. I could be wrong about the 360 part, but it's Microsoft. And I've even had interest in playing it too, so maybe one day I'll be able to. And that's strictly based on the music. When I reacted to this for the first time a couple years ago, it was like really caught my attention. Then I found out it was Nobuo Uematsu. I was like, oh my god. And some of my favorite reactions on this channel are from Lost Odyssey. And it's been a while. I don't know when the last time I checked it out was. I'll check in a second. I think it's been over 2 years. But we'll check. All I'm going to say is I look forward to playing this one day. It looks really cool, and from what I've heard of it, it sounds right up my alley. And the music's dope as hell. So I don't have context for these two songs, but let's just get into it. 'Tis the season. We're going to start off with Epsylon Range from Lost Odyssey. Right. Meow. Electric guitar with a delay off the bat. Alright, let me check when the last time I heard. Lost Odyssey. I do not know. Okay. This character looks so cool, man. You know how sometimes I've mentioned that some games just I don't gravitate towards? I've always gravitated towards this, and it's always mostly because of this guy. I'm kind of biased towards long-haired dudes. We just look cool. No, I'm just kidding. But look at, like, he's got this, like, disdain in his eyes. That's a lot of guitar I'm not used to from Uematsu. Sounds like something out of like an 80s drama. It's like a sound effect in there. Boom, boom, boom. Dun, dun, dun. It's already catchy. Okay, I'll talk a little bit before the next one. So this is my 4th time checking out this game. I don't have the exact dates here because you know you have to like open the video and then click description. I'm too lazy. The last time I heard Lost Odyssey was, it just says a year. Let me just look it up. Let me just click this damn button. It was a year ago. More than a year ago. It was a year and a half ago. Summer 2023. It's currently Christmas 2024. And then before that was 2 years ago and then 3 years ago. So I've been hearing Howl of the Departed since I first started. Or sorry, Lost Odyssey. Since I first started, Howl of the Departed was my introduction. And I remember Neverending Journey. That was so fun. Damn, it's been so good. So yeah, the whole like I think there's just a lot going for it that makes me so curious. Music, number one. Second, the aesthetic. I haven't seen much gameplay. I don't even know if I've seen gameplay, to be honest. I don't know if I've seen too much of the visuals of what it looks like. I can't remember at the moment, but barely anything. I've heard that it's a good game, and the whole like stuck on a console thing is pretty cool. You know, there's like the little thing about it. It's not easily accessible. And then Nobuo Uematsu producing and composing, which is cool because this is like around the time where, well, I'm not really sure when this was. If this was Xbox 360, I could look this up, but I'm not sure. Either way, so it's, man, I don't know what, 2000, let's just say from 2005 to 2015. I don't know when 360 era was. Let me just look it up. But in the meantime, Nobuo Uematsu was already like an established composer, right? And it seems like he didn't want to go the Final Fantasy route at all. That's what it sounds like to me. I would even argue that that doesn't even sound like him. I know that's weird, but he has such a distinct sound when it comes to Final Fantasy that I think a lot of people can pinpoint that it's him. Even his stuff in like 11 and 14, 10, there's stuff where it's not all him, but you can be like, that sounds like him. Whereas this, that just kind of shows actually how incredible he is, because he's broken the mold and now he's just kind of doing whatever. All right, okay, so it was a 360. Okay, yeah. Let me just see. I don't want to look up anything because I don't want to get spoiled. I just want to see when it was released. 2007. Okay. So in 2007, I have no idea if anyone knows the history of the Black Mages, when they came about. If this was before them, during, I don't know. But maybe this was like around the same era, because this to me sounds closer to the music that he grew up listening to. And I think that's what's really cool about Lost Odyssey. I know he's like a fan of like Ritchie Blackmore, Deep Purple, and prog stuff like that, and of course probably a million other bands. But some of that carries over into FF music, right? The prog stuff and the keyboards and organs and stuff like that. But like this, I don't know. It sounds to me more like, I don't want to say up his alley, but I don't know. I just feel like he had fun making this one. But it's interesting, as someone who's been listening to him for 3 years now, where I got to a sort of comfortable point and be like, oh, that sounds like him, to all of a sudden, every time I hear Lost Odyssey, I'm like, that doesn't even sound like him, you know? So it makes me wonder like how much other tricks he has under his hat. As far as the song goes, Epsylon Range, I'm guessing it's a place, but who knows really. The song, though, was kind of interesting. It kind of had like reminiscent aspects of surf rock, right? With like the heavy reverb and the slapback delay on the, some people call it echo, but when it comes to like guitars, delay, you know, it's just like But that was like a slapback echo, which was more like rockabilly, you know. You'd be like dun, 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 with just a lot less feedback. So it was like dun 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 dun. It was more like a ping pong kind of effect. And then like a nice little groove, little rock groove, 4/4 groove. Yeah, it was just very simple, but the vast openness of it made me think like you're just walking through like a very open area. Possibly a town theme. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's an action adventure game. But again, I kind of don't want to know these things. I'm kind of just throwing guesses out. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. I don't know context at all in this one. Speaking of which, I should just mention, maybe I should take the offer, but I was actually offered once to be sent an Xbox to play it, like send it through like a PO box or something. I thought that was like one of the funniest and coolest suggestions. I said no, but who knows, maybe, because I'm not buying an Xbox. This is, oh, actually, there's track numbers. That was track 11. This is 14, Dark Saint. This one had a couple of requests, too. Let's get into it. I'm going to take a big assumption here. This is a boss, just because of the name. Let's go. It's also nice hearing real instruments with Nobuo Uematsu. Also, there's Blue Dragon, right? As like the other weird game. Not weird, but like, you know. Well, the energy's more pronounced. Damn. Sounds like Richter Belmont's gonna come swinging in through the chandelier right now. Wow. We're just partying now. I feel like I'm gonna turn into a bat any second. Whammy bar. Still going. I wonder who performed the guitar. I should look that up actually. Let me see if I can find the musician credits. I'm kind of curious. I'll look up in a second. Acoustic piano. Okay, this has to be a boss. Has to be a boss. Also, does anyone know what that says in the bottom right corner in the little red square? I don't know what that says. There's so much variety in the soundtrack, dude, of genres. It really does sound like Castlevania, though. That's the loop. Oh, dude, I want to hear the whole soundtrack so bad. There's only a few requests for it, too. And one of those is the main theme, which I really want to hear, but... I'm so curious. You know, okay, I have to mention this because I was wondering, I'm like, what is it about this character that is, like, so appealing to me? And I think I figured it out, although I'm not entirely sure. Just as a side note, if you were curious, but this character reminds me a lot of Matt Heafy from Trivium, the singer of Trivium. For those that don't know, a huge inspiration for me as a musician and a guitar player growing up was Matt Heafy. So much so that, you know, you might have noticed a certain tattoo. But that was a big thing, you know. That was a big thing, seeing this person who was like not too much older than me touring the world, and you know, like he was a big inspiration, still is. And it makes me feel really old now seeing, you know, like the changes. You know, I've noticed this man go from like the short emo hair. No, I saw him go from like the long black hair to the short emo hair to the kind of reminiscent of my hair to now he's just bald. And one more shout out from Matt. He has his own channel. I should mention that. But he also is like a full-time streamer on top of being in like a world-renowned band. So always been like a pioneer. And he kind of looks like him. And I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I keep seeing like a little bit of Matt and there's something here. But yeah. Anyways. There's something really, I don't know what it is, man. I can't tell you what it is. All I can tell you is that there's a feeling there, and that feeling is curiosity to the bone. Every time Lost Out, like even the logo of the like or the font looks cool, you know? It just looks like a game that I feel like, I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like the people that have played it feel fortunate and lucky to have, because obviously not a lot of people have. And it's going to be one of those, I think as every year passes by, it's going to be one of those games that is always going to be looked upon until it becomes widely available as this kind of legend among video games. Have you heard of Lost Odyssey? Are you one of those people that played Lost Odyssey? It feels like you're part of a cool club. I want to be part of that cool club, you know? But admittedly, I've never vibed with Xbox. I've never vibed with Xbox, ever. As someone who grew up with the PlayStation, I've always I borderline kind of disliked the Xbox. And not because it was like versus console wars. It's just because and I'm not trying to ruffle feathers, I always saw it as like, well, Sony had success, let's just copy what they're doing and change the colors to green. And it just always seemed as kind of like a knockoff to me. Again, if you grew up with it, cool. I'm just saying how I experienced it as a kid, into a teenager, into an adult. I've always been kind of like on it. Same with the UI, their controllers are always kind of but I'm not trying to talk about them. But that is why I never, if I've ever experienced any sort of Xbox in any capacity, it's one of those things where like you go to a friend's house and they have one, so like you play like split screen Halo or something. But to this day, I've never fully completed any Xbox game because I never had one. So yeah, the whole thing is just surrounded in this like, ooh, like I kind of see it as like Indiana Jones, just kind of like, what is this? I wanna see inside. And plus the fact that I've been playing almost nothing but RPGs and story-driven games for the past 3 years, and knowing who's behind it. Actually, I don't even know who's behind it. I assume it's going to be like some JRPG people if Nobuo and Uematsu is involved. So actually, I don't know anything about the developers and what they've done or whatever. So again, I'm just like, what is happening? I'm so curious. Last thing I'm going to say is I think that has to be a boss team because it just had the energy of one. But honestly, who knows? One day, I will play this game. I don't know how or when, but I did put it into my backlog page. By the way, if you didn't know, if you go to backlogged, I think it's .com. Here, I guess I can just pull it up. If you guys don't know, if you've ever heard of Letterboxd, there's a website just like that for video games. So yeah, if you go to Backlogged, LOGGD, no E, Hey Uncle Jesse, you'll see my every game that I know of that I've played. I still need to finish it, and how I rated them, and also you can see my backlog of games I want to play. Lost Odyssey's in there, and yeah, so check it out. Okay, I don't know what else to say, but the curiosity grows further. I want to, every time this game gets talked about or mentioned or whatever, I want to dive right in. I am hoping that it just becomes available similar to how PlayStation uploads their classics to the PS5, somehow, some way. Not that I'm against like really emulation or anything. I just don't really do it, and I've never really done it. I know it exists, but I don't know. I'd rather just play it like as is, but we'll see. I'm not in a rush, but damn, this game is sick. Anyways, I'm yapping a lot. Cool. Thank you very much to Justin and to the rest of the requesters. There's a bunch of you. And I now have to go listen to Never-Ending Journey and Parting Forever again because that's all I can really do. All right. Whew. That is Lost Odyssey, Dark Saint, and Epsylon Range. If you play this game, let me know your thoughts on it. Thank you to all the patrons you see on the screen. I couldn't be here without them. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. Happy holidays. I will see you later.